I want to invite you to think a little deeper with me about why they are trying to pass this bill, all right? Why do they want to take over a third of the State Board of Elections staff, and why do they want to fire professionals who do this for a living, that are trained to do this? Not hired by a political operative, but by one of the most respected elections administrators in the country, in Karen Benson Bell, all right, who do the jobs that they're supposed to do, making it easy for folks to vote and then counting their votes, and like I said earlier, telling us who got the most votes and saying that person won. Why do they want to fire a third of those people and give the power over to the top lawyer for the Republican Speaker of the House here? Why do they want to do that? Maybe it's to outright undermine our elections processes. All right, maybe it's so they can change the rules after the next election if they don't like who won, or maybe it's to try to seat the loser of a future Supreme Court election, but have a few more pieces in time this time than they did when they tried to steal it from Allison Riggs, who was elected to the state Supreme Court and seated a couple months ago. Maybe to try to throw out 60,000 votes again in the future, but do a better job, or maybe not. Maybe not to directly undermine our election processes. Maybe just to throw sand in the gears of the electoral process. Maybe to make it just a little bit harder to register, and a little bit harder to update your registration when you move, and a little bit harder to prove you are who you say you are when you go to vote, and a little bit harder to cure your ballot if there's an issue, and a little bit less time for it to arrive at the Board of Elections office if you mail it in and the USPS loses it or it's running behind. Maybe just to slow things down just enough and complicate processes just enough that when you feel like, well, I've been voting for a long time and I haven't really seen that much change anyway, and does my vote really make a difference? And you go try to participate in the democratic process and you meet a hurdle and you say, gee, it shouldn't be this hard to vote, and what does my vote really matter? I think I'm going to stay home. And if you and 734 people like you stay at home in the next election, they don't need to steal it, they'll win it. Y'all following me? Allison Riggs won a statewide election by 0.00001%. 734 votes. And if they can just make it difficult enough that you quit trying, or a few people, a couple folks in each county quit trying, they don't have to steal. And I'm sorry, I know these types of gatherings are supposed to be apolitical and nonpartisan, and we're supposed to be focused on what we're against, but can I be honest with y'all for a second? This is what Republican politicians do, all right? They throw sand in the gears of government until stuff starts breaking, and eventually